All right, here we go, guys. Week 2. What a crazy week it was. Starting out right away with Poo Poo Kachu with a 222-point beatdown on our defending champ Mario. Still looking for his first win. He scores 160, not bad. But when you're going against a guy who drops 200, Austin goes to 2-0. Keenan Allen, I actually had him benched in other leagues. He just did not look good week 1. Comes out 37 points, 8 catches, 111 yards with 2 touchdowns. And the Bucs defense, Austin's theme this week was 37 points, as the Bucs D gets 37, 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. Mario in the loss. Jordan Love with a solid game, 21 points, 3 touchdowns, 151 yards. Tony Pollard, I think he looks way better. He's getting the workload as he deserves. Now, Nick Chubb is injured. We know he's out for the year. Poor guy. Very tough situation. That was really only Mario's hiccup. He didn't have a bad game. Najee Harris, only 5 points. Yeah, without Big Ben there, he doesn't get the passing work. That's the only fear with Najee Harris. Tough week for him. Let's get to the next game, and that is Dino Dan with a 226. Another 200-point game for him. Quest for 1. Eric drops 149. Good effort, but it's like I said, some of these weeks, man, these teams dropping 200 are crazy. Kieran Williams, 31 points, 100 total yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cam Akers, great pickup for Dino. Cowboys defense, 31 points. It's no 40, but heck, still really good. 3 sacks, 3 interceptions on Zach Wilson. Nico Collins, that is the surprise of the week. 33 points, 146 yards, and a touchdown for Dino Dan. Eric's team, Matthew Stafford, really good game. 25 points. He had 1 pick off the defender, but overall, 25 points. Joe Burrow, 21 points. Hopefully nothing is wrong with Burrow and he can play this Monday Night Football game. George Kittle, that's a surprise as well, but for the wrong reasons. I thought this would be a big bounce-back week for him. Only 3 catches for 30 yards, even though the Niners did get the win. Tough week for Eric. At least his Niners did get the victory. Here we go. We move on to MWFL Rams with a 164-146 over cream of something, which is Christian. Nick, a much-needed win, goes to 1-1. Mike Evans, 35 points, 6 catches, 171, and a touchdown. I am a Baker Mayfield believer. Evans is having great games. Jalen Hurts, 28 points on that Thursday night game, 200-plus yards and 3 touchdowns. Christian Kirk, great bounce-back week. I'm surprised Christian played him. 27 points, 11 catches, 110 yards. Great game for him. The Commanders' defense, 24 points, 7 sacks. What an outstanding achievement by them, and 1 interception. The tough thing for Christian is Austin Eckler did not play, and he left him on the starting roster, while he had other pieces, which we will cover later in our bench point segment, that might have actually helped him pick up the victory in a very close game. But either way, big win for Nick, tough loss for Christian, as Christian will try to bounce back next week. Let's get ready to rumble! Of course, the best rivalry we got going right now is Jacob and Brian, who both love to trash talk. And Jacob got bragging rights this week as he wins 178-122. Sack of potatoes, could not beat over Highway to the ETN. Jacob goes to 2-0 and looking very good this year starting out. Herbert, 31 points, 305, 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff, 33 points, 323, 3 touchdowns. His quarterback stacks are looking outstanding in a Superflex league. Brian, Devonta Smith, 30 points, 4 catches, 131, and a touchdown. Has a great Thursday night game. Looking good for him to start the opening week. Connor, 23 points, 106 yards, and 1 touchdown. Great game. Kyle Pitts, that is missing in action. 5 points. I don't blame Kyle Pitts. I've talked about it personally. The Falcons organization does not know how to use talent. And ETN, only 6 points after a great game last week. That's a big surprise. But Brian looks to bounce back next week. Here we go with Purdy like it's 1999. Another 200-point game as he goes 205-154 over our rookie Anthony, who just came up short. He goes to 0-2 as he drops 154, looking better than last week. Steve goes to 1-1. Raheem Mostert, 31 points. Look, he's still got talent. He just got to stay healthy, and he looked outstanding for that offense in Miami. 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, big game against the Jets. It's because Sauce Gardner did not shadow him. 11 catches, 143 yards. Ayuk did get hurt, right? He did get hurt. That's something to monitor because Ayuk is supposed to have a dream year. Only 7 points in the injury. Patrick Mahomes, 31 points, 300 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Great game for Anthony. The Dolphins defense, just like how Eric lost, Anthony lost, but his Dolphins team got the win. 4 sacks and interception. Josh Jacobs, only 11 points. That is a concern. 2 weeks in a row, he has not looked like the running back they were using last year. Here we go with the game no one cares about because Elijah does not watch videos. I'm still going to make it. I pick up the victory. Another 200-point game, 215 to 161 as Duh winning drops to 0-2 to Duh losing, and I go to 2-0. DeAndre Swift, I was so not going to play him, and then I said screw it. In every league I had him in, I threw him in. I felt like he's got to eventually get the ball, and he did, and he showed what he can do. Detroit wasted him just like Pitts is wasted in Atlanta. 34 points, 175 yards, and a touchdown. Barkley in the win for the Giants, 27 points, 2 touchdowns. Buddy might be injured. Who knows? I am not playing him this week unless I am desperate, but I don't think he's playing against that great Niners defense. DK Metcalf, 13 points. He did get injured. He does concern me. The Giants defense, 2 weeks in a row for Elijah, only 3 points. Terrible. But Justin Jefferson, 29 points, and Josh Allen still continue to keep Elijah in games. This was a winnable game for him. He just went against one of the 200-point teams this week. Let's get to our next segment, bench points. And in bench points, we know. Let's go over a few guys that could have made differences. We all have guys who could have had big performances. But in bench points, we focus on guys like Mims, who had a surprise game. You can't really blame Eric. Ford, who had a surprise game because of injury. And Rashad White, who Christian did not play. Look at, as we start with Mims, 2 out of 3 catches for 113 yards, 1 touchdown. He is a Deshaun Jackson waiting to happen. 45-yard punt return, 30 points. You got to wonder if I'm Eric, I'm playing him. I need offense, and he's a big risk, high reward. 106 yards for Ford and a touchdown, 30 fantasy points. We did not see that coming because of the injury, but now we know Ford is the man at this time. If I'm Eric, I'm starting him with major confidence. That's a run-heavy team. And Christian, 73 yards, 5 of 5 receptions and a touchdown, 22 points. If Christian plays him in the Austin Eckler empty spot, he beats Nick by 2 points. If he misses the playoffs by 1 game, we can come back to this. These are the decisions. These are the things we have to monitor as GMs of our rosters. Don't leave guys who can't play, especially Rashad White. I got White in several leagues, and I'm playing him in all of them. Let's get to the next segment, Carrying the Load, where we basically look at the top player of each position that was played. Christian Kirk, 37 points. Great Thursday night football game in a tough loss for Elijah. DeAndre Swift, we mentioned, 34 points. I am so excited and hope this is a DeAndre Swift season now. Great game. We talked about Keenan Allen, 37 points for Austin. Great job by Austin to play him because I wouldn't have this week. My tight end, 2nd week in a row, TJ Hawkinson has been the tight end of the week as he had a monster game for me. And the Bucs defense, shout out to the defense of number 7. He lost his daughter. He got that pick 6 and scored. So that is it for our week. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Enjoy the season. Get ready. I'm going to start doing podcasts as well. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.